Hello dear Primary 4 students in Unit 3 project, Energy and Fuels. Today we will focus on one of the problems related to energy production. Do you remember this problem? The problem that we have talked about at the beginning of the unit is dam impacts on the ecosystem and the community where the dam is built. مشروعنا النهارده عن المشكلة اللي بتواجهنا واتكلمنا عنها في مقدمة الوحدة، هي تأثير بناء السدود على النظام البيئي والمجتمع اللي بيتم فيه بناء السد. The first step we will start with our classmates is to solve problems like a scientist. First, we will think about how the information we studied can help us to find useful and easy to apply solutions. دلوقتي هنفكر ازاي المعلومات اللي درسناها ممكن تفيدنا نلاقي حلول مفيدة وسهل تطبيقها. In concept 1, we learned how the devices we use every day need energy to operate, and we learned the transformations of energy throughout the devices. We also learned about fuels, and we explored the different types we depend on to generate electricity, such as fossil fuels and biofuels. Do we remember the experience we have? Exactly. It's when we stayed for 2 hours without electricity. This made us think to decrease using fuel and depend on renewable energy sources to ensure it will be available and sustainable all the time. So, we started looking more at renewable energy resources, such as sunlight, which we collect through solar panels and convert directly into electricity. Also, we learned about using water and wind energy to generate electricity. I remember that in our hands-on investigation activities, we learned how wind and water energy are used to generate electricity. We learned how the water turbine and the generator are spinning and moving because of the power of the moving water. This helps to produce electricity. شفنا ازاي التوربين المائي والمولد بيدوروا ويتحركوا بسبب قوة اندفاع المية، وده اللي بيساعد في إنتاج الكهرباء. The phrase "the power of moving water" reminded me of the anchor phenomena when we talked about water for energy. Also, we learned how the energy of water movement is used to generate electricity by building dams. This means that building dam has positive impacts, but we are going to learn today that building dams have some negative impacts as well. So any country think of building a dam must first analyze the advantages and disadvantages of building the dam before applying it. أي بلد هتفكر في بناء سد لازم تفكر في البداية تحلل مميزات وعيوب بناء السد قبل ما تبدأ أصلاً في تنفيذ الفكرة. This is what we will focus on today. First, we will learn more about the plan to build a dam in the country of Zimbabwe. هنعرف عن خطة بناء سد في دولة زيمبابوي. Let's go to our science textbook to learn more about the story of this dam. We will read the text well and analyze the dam impacts in generating electricity to think about the negative and positive impacts on community and ecosystem around the dam. هنحلل الآثار المترتبة على بناء السدود لتوليد الطاقة في المجتمع وفي النظام البيئي كمان. This will help us to easily complete the rest of the project steps. Take your time to read the text on page 79 about dam impact, تأثير السدود. When we come back, we will have a group of our friends who will share their ideas and all the steps of the project they have taken. Let's welcome our friends from Primary 4. They will share their project today. Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Rival. I'm in grade 4.
Hello, Rival. And who are you?
I'm Omar. I'm in grade 4.
Hello, ya Omar. I understand that both of you cooperated together to perform your project.
Yes.
Is it right?
Yes.
Yes, that's nice. You know that cooperation is really important because it's a skill each one of us will have an opportunity to share a different idea. So we will have more ideas. So now you are going to share your project with your friends. You are going to present the project with the same steps in the book, okay?
Okay.
The first step in the project is to think about the potential dam impacts after reading the text. أول خطوة إننا نفكر في التأثيرات المحتملة لبناء السد. Then classify these impacts as positive and negative. We will do this activity, positive or negative, on page 81. You can easily observe there are a number of potential impacts, and we want to classify them in the table for the positive and negative impacts. Take your time. فكروا كويس عشان نصنف الآثار دي لسلبية وإيجابية. And when we come back, we will know the answer with our friends. Let's review together. This is how the activity looks like in the book, positive or negative. Let's review together. The first potential impact is changing fish migration routes. Do you know what is the meaning of this?
Yes, that fish, when they build the dam, the fish, like the home is not, their home is not safe.
Yes. Do they change their place where they are living?
Yes.
Yes, they will move in another way, right?
Yeah.
طب, is it a good impact, positive or negative?
It's negative because they can't find any home and they're not going to find any food.
That's perfect. So let's write it in the negative impact. When they change the route, they may not find food, place, or journey will be long. They will not find food or be attacked by predator. الأسماك وهي بتهاجر بتدور على احتياجاتها، ولما بتغير مسار هجرتها ممكن ما تلاقيش طعام، أو تبقى الرحلة طويلة، أو تهاجمها كائنات مفترسة. Great. I like very much that you classify your information, and I like that you remembered information that we studied before in the first term. Excellent. طيب, the second impact. What is the second impact? عمر ركز كويس عشان انت اللي هتجاوب، okay? Controlling the downstream river level. يعني التحكم في مستوى مجرى النهر. يعني ايه التحكم في مستوى مجرى النهر؟ ده معناه ان الميه هتبقى عاليه قوي ولا هتبقى واطيه ولا ايه بالظبط؟
هتبقى ميديوم.
هيبقى medium level، بمعنى ان الليفل بتاع الواتر هيبقى fixed او ثابت. طب do you think it's a positive or negative impact?
Positive because بسبب اللي هو الأرض مش هتغرق ولا هتبقى
صح صح صح، ولا هيحصل floods ولا هيحصل drought، هيبقى على طول الواتر ليفل stable. Perfect answer يا عمر. So let's write it in the positive impact. So the positive impact is controlling river water level. بناء السدود كمان بيحمينا من الفيضانات ومن الجفاف. So we wrote it in the positive impact. What about the third impact? ركزي عشان ده دورك يا ريفال.
Okay.
Flooding a habitat area of an endangered species. يبقى عندي endangered species. عارفة يعني ايه endangered species? Do you remember what does it mean?
Yes, it means that like it's not safe.
It's not safe or it's about to die أو finish. مش هنلاقي منها تاني، مهددة بالانقراض. طب do you think it's a positive or negative impact?
It's a negative impact.
It's a negative impact because if this species die, we will not have this from this animal again. Okay? So let's write it in the negative impact. Flooding in area of endangered animals. طيب, what about the fourth impact? عمر دورك دلوقتي. Providing a steady water supply. يعني ايه providing steady water supply؟ يعني دايما يفضل عندي water. Is it a positive or negative impact؟
positive.
طب احنا بنحتاج المية في ايه اصلا يا عمر؟ هي ليه
To
positive؟ To drink, to wash, to plant. Right, this is excellent. So we are going to write it in the positive impacts. Providing steady water supply. بما ان السد بيحجز وراه ميه فدايما هيفضل عندي ميه موجوده، والميه دي احنا بنحتاجها عشان نعمل planting وعشان نشرب. The last impact is producing hydroelectric power. I think we all know the meaning of hydroelectric power. يعني ايه hydroelectric power؟
It means getting electricity from water.
هايله. It means getting electricity from water. اتبسطت انك انت قسمتي الكلمه لنصين. Hydro means water, electric او electricity means electric energy. So we get electricity using the water. Do you think it's a positive or negative impact?
Is it positive?
Yes, it's a positive impact. Excellent. So producing hydroelectric power. Excellent. We have classified the potential dam impacts into positive and negative impacts. Surely our friends who follow us have checked their tables with us. Let's go to the second step of our project. Step 2 is energy transfer charts at the Batuka River Dam. الخطوة الثانية هي انتقال الطاقة في سد مضيق نهر باتوكا. We learned from the text, do you remember when we talked about the text? We learned from the text that there is a plan to build a hydroelectric power plant in Patuca. It provides electricity. We are asked to create an energy model showing the energy transformations from water to electrical energy. It's very easy task we have done many times before. مطلوب مننا ان احنا نصمم مخطط نوضح فيه انتقال الطاقة من المية للكهرباء. ازاي المية هتتحول لكهرباء. Okay? Let's all open our science book page 82 and create the energy transformations model. When we come back, I'll show you the diagrams of our friends together. Let's see the diagram. Each one created the model in different ways, but as usual, our models will have similar basic things. Let's see the model of our friends. Can you show me the model? Did you create it together?
Yes.
طب what did you start the model with, your rival?
We started with moving water,
Moving water, it means it has which kind of energy?
kinetic energy.
Kinetic energy. أنا لاحظت يا عمر إن أنت عاملين arrow كده في الجنب مكتوب فيه إيه؟
ده the sound energy
اشمعنى عاملين الارو في الجنب كده؟
عشان هي lost energy.
Yes, it's lost energy or wasted energy. It means we do not need it. After that, the water is hitting turbine, right? طيب, when the turbine moves or circulates, it's going to transfer its energy to what?
The generator.
Excellent.
The generator is gonna move.
Do you remember the generator is made of what? أنا مبسوطة قوي إن أنتوا كاتبين generator is made of what?
It's made of a magnet,
And
some coil.
a coil copper wire.
Yeah.
Excellent. After that, the kinetic energy will change into electric energy. وهو ده التارجت بتاعنا. Electricity then moves inside wires to reach our homes زي ما انتوا راسمين بالظبط. Perfect. مولد الكهرباء بيكون فيه دايما سلك ومغناطيس وبيعتمد على طاقة الحركة عشان ينتج الكهرباء. Your diagram is perfect.
Thank you.
The most important thing is that you showed all the forms of transformations that we studied and that happens inside the turbine and the generator. It's amazing thing. برافو يا عمر, برافو يا ريفال. Even the sound energy of water during its movement, I also like that they said the structure of the generator and how it depends on motion or kinetic energy to produce electricity. So the last part of our project is the research. We are asked to do a research on building a dam. آخر جزء من مشروعنا هو البحث. مطلوب مننا نقوم ببحث عن بناء السدود. and identify the greatest advantages of building a dam for hydroelectric power and what are the disadvantages or problems that any country may face while trying to build a dam. Do not forget to record the sources and websites we use to collect information. I'll give you time to know more about what you are asked to do on page 83. When we come back, we will know the basic steps that my students took in their research. إيه أهمية الريسيرش؟ Of course, the research make us learn a lot of different information according to the resources we searched. طبعاً البحث بيخلينا نتعرف على معلومات كتير ودايماً بتبقى معلومات متنوعة. My students used scientific websites from the internet in their research. Some of them used the resources of the Egyptian Knowledge Bank. Others asked the librarian for books about dams. I also excited to know what our friends written in the research. What did you write? What is the advantages, يا عمر, that you wrote?
Produce electric energy.
برافو. Dams will help us to
Save
produce
water.
electric
And
energy
save
and
water. And
save
water.
water. Save water. هايل يا عمر. طيب what are the disadvantages يا ريفال؟
That the dams are like they change the environment.
Yes, when we build them, they change the environment or the ecosystem around them. طيب ده هيعمل ايه؟
It's gonna let lots of animals die,
صح؟
and some of them won't find their homes or any food to eat.
Excellent, excellent. So it will affect the environment itself and it will affect the ecosystem, the living organisms that live there, right?
Yes.
Excellent. طيب, what are the most important problems faced building dams? Have you thought together of any solutions? What are the solutions for this problem? حد فيكم فكر في حل؟ Rival, what is the solution that you thought of?
The first solution is to change the place of the dam.
Yes, we can change the place of the dam. نروح مكان مثلا ما فيهوش animals كتير and we can build the dam there. What else?
The second thing is to do something like a shelter to do their own homes and food.
Yes. Do you know what is the meaning of this shelter? It's a nature reserve. Nature reserve. يعني we do something exactly like their original habitat, the original habitat of animal, but in other place. And we move the animals to this place, then we can build the dam in their old habitat. Exactly.
Yes.
Humans can find other places for the organisms that building dams will affect. ممكن الإنسان يوفر مواطن بديلة أو أماكن بديلة للكائنات اللي هتتأثر ببناء السد. And to create a nature reserve for the endangered organisms to keep them safe and alive. ممكن نعمل محمية طبيعية nature reserve عشان نحافظ على الأنواع المهددة بالانقراض endangered animals. A very excellent idea يا ريفال. Especially the idea of nature reserve. Surely it's related to something we studied in term 1. Do you remember it when we talked about the amphibians? Amphibians, biologists?
Yes.
They thought of a place to save the endangered animals. It's clear that they used all the information they learned in a very organized way. Great. Tell me what are the resources you used in your research. استخدمتوا ايه وانتوا بتجيبوا المعلومات دي؟ استخدمت ايه يا عمر؟
AKB.
استخدمت الاي كي بي وانتي استخدمتي ايه يا ريفال؟
And our science book.
Your science book? Excellent. Okay. We have to put the link. Remember that we have to put the link for our friends. I really enjoyed having you today and I'm really excited to do more and more experiments with you. اتبسطتوا بالبروجكت ده؟
Yes.
حسيتوا ان انتوا استفدتوا منه ورتبتوا افكاركم كده؟
Yes,
Yes.
very much.
Very much. I'm glad that you explained to all our primary 4 friends how we can organize our ideas and collect information that help us organize the project easily. You also used all the project steps in the book correctly and used various sources in your research. I'm sure that all our friends in all schools have applied their projects perfectly. You can share your diagrams and the results of your research by scanning the QR code on the screen now. ممكن تشاركوا معانا المخططات اللي رسمتوها وأبحاثكم من خلال الكود اللي ظهر على الشاشة. Also, if you are still doing the research, you can go back to the project episode on مدرستنا channel on YouTube. If you have any question or you need any help at any step of the project, you can send us question using the QR code. Thank you all the scientists of Primary 4 who joined us today. Thank you so much for joining me. And see you next time.